All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. The Champions League quarterfinals are here, and Barcelona will be facing Atletico Madrid. Welcome to the Champions League match preview. For this first leg, I'm not expecting the same game that we had just now in the league at the Metropolitano. Absolutely not. Why? Atletico Madrid played with subs. It had some subs, actually. Nico Gonzalez played the three. You had Obed Vargas playing. You also had Julian and Lookman on the bench. Granted, even despite those things, we still struggled to beat them. We had to beat them with the last minute goal that meant the world with Lewandowski's last minute winner. Now, for us, what do we have? Marc Bernal seems to have picked up an ankle sprain that'll keep him out for 10 days. So we're looking like he's set to come back next for the second leg, which is a huge loss. The implications of that looks like Eddie Garcia would be accompanying Pedri in the double pivot. And just beyond that, I think that this game is going to be so tough. These games have been shootouts. I think this Barca versus Atletico Madrid is probably one of, if not the best game at the club level that we can watch in European football as of late. And what do I expect? I think I think El Cholo Simeone is gonna go out with probably more than likely Julian, Griezmann, Lookman, Giuliano. In the midfield, probably Llorente, Koke, and hmm, I think Ruggeri will be at left back, Hanko and Lenormand, the center back pairing, and Musso in net, and probably Molina at right back. And I think that this game is going to be really difficult because we're playing at home, and I think the biggest thing that can go against us is the nerves. The nerves, the shakiness, the anxiousness of this squad wanting to deliver in the Champions League. I think that we're gonna see an Atleti side that this isn't the old standard traditional Cholo Simeone side that we've all been used to that sit in the low block. No, this Atletico team comes into your face and wants to be all up on you, apply the pressure, and force you to lose the ball. And whenever they do recover off the ball, they're quick off the counter. They're all over you. They've got pressing monsters in Giuliano, nuisance. Griezmann, another nuisance. Julian Alvarez, do I even need to say how much the guy runs? And Lookman, who's also a threat, speedy, and incredibly fast, man. And they're going to be all over us. They're going to, especially, it's the away game. If they can scrape anything, they'll do so. Is there a bit more of a pragmatic component because this is knockout football? Yes, there is. And I think that because of the way we're probably going to line up, my predicted lineup, and this is going to be difficult, but I have no clue how we're going to line up, to be honest. Flick surprised us with the false nine. Essentially, the team is going to look like this. Obviously, John Garcia in that we're going to have Eddie Garcia at right back, Paco Garcia, Gerard Martin, and Joao Cancelo at left back. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm tripping. Nope. It's not going to be Eddie Garcia at right back. Would it be Araujo? No, Kunde. Kunde might be ready to start. If Kunde's ready to start, I'm starting Kunde. So, Kunde at right back. Eddie Garcia is most likely to accompany Pedri in the double pivot. Fermin at the 10. Lamine off the right. And here's where the variables come in. We saw again in the league. We lined up with Dani Olmo at the false nine and Marcus Rashford out left. Worked incredibly well, but evidently we were missing the number nine. However, on paper, it worked so well. I was a huge fan of the Dani Olmo and Fermin intertwining and interchanging throughout the game. It allowed us it we threw a wrench in El Cholo's plans, in my opinion, because we added another midfielder to the equation in the form of Dani Olmo, someone that's great in his first touch off the reception, very press resistant, and enabled Fermin to make constant runs in behind. And that was very threatening. The issue, Fermin and Dani Olmo aren't as clinical as Lewandowski. In my opinion, if we're gonna get past this Atleti side, it's gonna be with the great Lewandowski. Look, I know Ferran is an option, and Flick has opted for Ferran in numerous occasions against Atletico Madrid, and it's worked out previously. But Ferran isn't necessarily in his best luck of form so far, and we're gonna have to find a way to mitigate uh, Rafinha's injury. We're without him for this matchup, and it's a pain. And you could tell that Flick is looking for solutions there. It was barely the second time that Dani Olmo played in in as the false nine, and I've loved both times that he did it. Against Betis, it worked phenomenal. I think we were won like 7-0, but this time around, uh, we won the game 2-1. But it wasn't until Lewandowski came on and sealed the deal for us to win. Do I think we'll go with the false nine? No, I would go with Lewandowski. I'm sorry, but give me Lewandowski. Let him go duke it out with Lenormand and Hanko. And then, I don't know, I just need a reference up there. As good as Dani Olmo and Fermin were there, and uh, I saw Albert Blaya's video on how we were able to subjugate Atletico Madrid more than we ever have in these last couple of games that we've played against them. I just need a guy that can put goals in the back of the net, especially with Rafinha being out. I'm not so sure. Although the first goal does come from a great bit of combination between Dani Olmo and Rashford. I just I just see it going traditionally. What I think Flick is gonna do is he's gonna go with Rashford off the left and Lewandowski up top. That would be the lineup that I would go for because you know Rashford, although like I said, and it's triggered plenty of people. He disrupts the flow of the game a bit for us, and he's a bit wishy washy. I'll stand on that, but I'll be the first one to admit my mistakes and when evaluating and assessing him. But I'm a fan of the team first and foremost, and no one will be cheering louder for Rashford to do better than I. But I just think that this is the type of game that can really suffocate him, especially with Juliano and Molina on that same side. And it's just he does get his goal, but if he doesn't get his goal, what does he provide us? That's the thing. I need him to step up his work rate if he's gonna start. I would like to see the Rashford that came on against Atletico Madrid in the first league game that we played against them. That was his best cameo to date. So good, so good. But I need him making runs in behind. I need him attacking Molina's back. I need him to make himself an option and to try and mitigate Rafinha's loss and all the implications that enables in us on the press. I need that from him. Another variant that I've thought of is potentially Ferran starting off the left. I know. I know he might not be a lot of people's favorite. He's not my favorite. But as far as runs in behind, I think that's something Ferran's a bit better at. I think that's more of a variant, but in all honesty, I would go Rashford out left and Lewandowski up top. How do I expect this game to unfold? Atletico are going to try to press us. I think we're going to see a great Lamine as always. I think as of late, the association that we've had between Fermin and Lamine has been great. The intertwining combinations between them, the 1-2s, the way they're able to find each other, they formed a really solid partnership over the last couple of weeks. And Fermin's runs off the right have enabled Lamine to be able to come inside and be a bit more free flowing and grab the game and lead the attack down the middle. If sometimes, especially when the game is pretty stagnant, finding Lamine in central areas is key and opens up the floor for us on both sides. And I think Fermin has been slowly becoming the perfect complement that Lamine needs. That's why I would give him the edge. If we're not playing with Dani Olmo at the false nine, I would give Fermin the edge over Dani Olmo. And I think it's going to be the same tale as always, guys. We're going to have our chances. Can we put them away? We need to be clinical in front of goal, guys. We do. Because ultimately, that same play that happens, and it's going to happen because it's a consequence of our play style, is that Atletico will have a chance off the counter where we might not be sharp in the offside trap and they'll catch us and we might potentially get scored on unless we have a heroics by John Garcia, which is a good gamble in my opinion because John Garcia is great in net. But I hope the back line is sharp, that we're deploying the offside trap properly. But we're going to have to take the game to them. We're going to have to score the chances that we have. In the league game, we had Fermin missing 2 chances, one where he had Rashford clearly for a cross, and another one with a Trivela that Lamine gave him. He takes a bad touch, doesn't put it away. We can't afford to miss those guys because knockout football punishes you. Every chance that you miss is a ticket for you to get eliminated, and that simply can't be the case. Man, and the thing is with the other option is Ferran playing at the 9. What does he give us? Runs in behind. I know he's not the most clinical in front of goal, but giving Lamine someone that can run in behind is so threatening because with Lewandowski, it does make us a bit more one-dimensional. I can agree to that because Lewandowski isn't going to win you those runs in behind. So in that matter, I trust in whatever Flick's going to do. I personally would go Lewandowski just because I think if we're able to service him, he'll put the ball in the back of the net. And especially given Rafinha's injury, I want firepower. I want as much firepower as we can get. And I don't know if Ferran's going to give us that. But ultimately, it's one of these situations where for the first time in a while, we have a project that we can just sit back and enjoy. I think Atletico Madrid, same thing. They're going to try to isolate Cancelo, I think. That is our weak spot in defense. The runs in behind his back, are a threat. The goal they score actually comes from Giuliano running across and Cancelo not following his mark, and Giuliano running across, taking a lovely touch from the service that Lenglet gives him and slots it away. This guy's been a nuisance against us this season, and he's going to continue to be so. And I think they're going to be attacking us on that side heavily. Griezmann, and here's the other thing. The midfield battle is going to be rough. And I think Eric is in for a long day because I think that Llorente or Griezmann's job is going to be to give Pedri help. I think El Cholo Simeone is going to look to take Pedri out of the game, leaving Eddie Garcia to find his own solutions to connect with either Fermin, Rashford, or Lamine. I think that because Marc Bernal is a bit more self-sufficient on the ball, it becomes really difficult for Atletico Madrid to take control of the game. But whenever you take Bernal out of the equation, you have a player in Edic that has performed well, decently well, in a multitude of instances against other sides. But with this Atletico Madrid team, I can definitely see them making it a point to block off Pedri, to isolate Pedri and man mark, and whether if it's with Griezmann or with Llorente or both of them, and giving Eric the free reign to do what he wants and bet on Eric misplacing a pass, maybe not doing the coverage that he wants, ping long balls and just giving him time and space on the ball and counting that he'll make a mistake that they can capitalize on. It sucks, man. That Marc Bernal injury is rough, and I wouldn't throw Gavi into the into this right now. He's just barely come back from injury. He's probably not ready for 90 minutes, anyways. Man, I miss Frankie De Jong. He would have been so key to this game. Having both Pedri and him is just so important. But with Eddie Garcia beside Pedri, Pedri's probably going to have to do a lot of dropping back to be able to win the ball and to just even have contact and touches with the ball. I think the Cholo Simeone's plan is going to revolve around those two things. Runs in behind Cancelo, which is our weak point on defense, incessant pressing, and coverage of Pedri, and letting Eddie be the guy to to initiate, be that first line in the midfield to hold the ball, receive the ball, and try to find the correct passes. And that worries me a lot. That worries me a lot. I'll be real with y'all. That is probably the most concerning point for me. But at the same time, where can we punish? We have an X factor. It's called Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal, this past league game, did everything he could to, even though it wasn't his finest day in front of goal, man, the passes he was doing, the dribblings that he was doing, I think he's set to put in a shift against Ujeri. And I think that partnership with Fermin is set to take off. I think the way they've been associating, that's where our advantages are going to come from. And I need them to, whoever is playing up top, to find them consistently over and over and over again and put the chances that we do have away. Because if we're not putting them away, we saw what happened in the league. They will capitalize on it. And I think it's going to be a matter of outscoring them. If they score 2, we score 3. If they score 3, we score 4. The other thing, due diligence. If for whatever reason things go sideways, things go left, do not let the scoreboard get accumulated. We're at home. We're at home. Guys, what are we talking about? Bully them. Take the game over to them. Bully them. We're at home. Make the home field advantage count. The Camp Nou is going to be roaring. Don't get nervous at any point in time. Defend yourself with the ball. If Eddie can't find a pass, find the best option. But what is it? Intensity, concentration, movement. No sluggishness, no lazy, no calma. No. Get on the front foot. But doing your due diligence, tracking your runs in behind, offside, on the offside, being sharp, knowing when to run behind and not to set the offside trap because it's a clear-cut chance where obviously the runner is coming from an onside position. And the chances that we do have, put them away. Lewandowski, Ferran, Olmo, Rashford, put them away for the love of God. Fermin, put them away. Lamine as well. The magic is going to come from Lamine and Fermin. Cancelo's going to be doing his thing off the left. We've seen how productive he's been as of late. Can we get on the end of those balls and make something happen? That's where the game is going to lie, guys. I think that's where the game is going to lie. And if for whatever reason they score on us, calma. Breathe. We can take the game over to them. Do your due diligence. And if for whatever reason we find ourselves losing, there's a second. Like, this is 180 minutes. This isn't 90 minutes. Don't panic. Don't lose. If the murmurs start in the crowd, focus, concentration, intensity. That's the other thing. Do not dare to not match their intensity. Because if they out hustle us, they will beat us. We need to hustle. We need to have a high work rate. We need to press. We need to be diligent on the ball and not make stupid decisions and give the ball away. And for the love of God, if they're through on goal, 1v1, let him score. Let him score. Do not, no red cards, please. I would like to see a game, an important game for us in the Champions League, where we finish 11v11. No red cards. Do not get a red card. For the love of God, let's finish with 11 men. Do not get a red card. We are short staffed. We don't have the luxury to have a suspension right now. We need to finish this game 11v11. Guys, if we play our game and we put the chances that we are going to have, because this is FC Barcelona, this is Flick style, we are gonna have chances. Put them away. And concentration on defense. Cancelo, Juliano's gonna be doing everything in his power to chew your back out. Diligence, due diligence, coverages, please, for the love of God. I'm so nervous, but the time is now. This is the trophy that y'all want. Go and take it. Go and get it. Use the experience that you've had from the Copa del Rey, and know when the if things go sideways, know how to survive, know how to suffer, know how to struggle, and ultimately, I think we can get the job done. But it's their intensity is what's gonna make this game extremely rough. Yep. Let me know what you guys make of the game in the comments. Your predictions, your preferred starting lineup. Would you go Dani Olmo at the false nine? Would you go Ferran at the nine? Would you go Lewandowski at the nine? Would you put Ferran out left and um, Dani Olmo down the middle? You think Flick is gonna go for a surprise? I don't know, man. But hopefully it all turns out how we want it to turn out with the Barca victory.